Welcome students. This is ninth lecture of reproduction in lower and higher animals. In this lecture we are going to study about development of ovary and histological structure of ovary. During development, ovarian follicles are formed from endoderm of the yolk sac. What is origin of ovarian follicles? These ovarian follicles are originated from endoderm of the yolk sac. Endodermal cells divides mitotically so as to produce many oogonia, and the process of oogenesis starts before birth of female baby. Ovaries are completely formed at the age of 12th week of embryo, and each ovary contains more than 2 millions of primordial follicles. Out of these, only 1 millions of primordial follicles remains at the age of birth, and out of these 1 millions, only 40,000 primordial follicles remains at the age of puberty. So number of primordial follicles goes on decreasing from embryonic stage up to the puberty, and this mechanism is called as atresia. See here the definition of atresia, that is destruction of primordial follicles during development, called as atresia. Each primordial follicle has large primary oocyte which is surrounded by single layer of follicular cells. These primary oocyte undergoes meiotic division but get arrested at meiosis first. So all of you know that is meiosis again divides into the meiosis first and meiosis second. Out of these, only these primordial follicles are developed and get arrested at meiosis first. With onset of puberty, the primordial follicles restarts maturation and converts into Graafian follicles. During each menstrual cycle, single primordial follicle starts growing so as to form Graafian follicles alternately from right or left ovary. The first menstrual cycle is called as menarche. What is menarche? Menarche is the first menstrual cycle. It starts at the age of 13 years, and last menstrual cycle is called as menopause. It occurs at the age of 45 to 55 years. The period between these two, that is menarche and menopause, is called as reproductive age of the female's life. So it is approximately 32 years. Then in this reproductive age, female will be producing about 416 eggs. How 416 eggs were developed in female's life? That is entire lifespan. Reproductive age of the female is 32 years, and in each year there are 13 menstrual cycles are present, and 32 into 13 is equal to 416 eggs were developed in entire reproductive age of the female's life. Then histological structure of mature ovary. See here in this diagram, each ovary internally lined by germinal epithelium. See here, germinal epithelium is the inner lining of this ovary. It undergoes meiosis so as to produce gametes, that is ova or eggs. It is externally covered by a dense irregular connective tissue layer called as tunica albuginea. See here the label, that is tunica albuginea. The ovaries are externally lined by a connective tissue, thick connective tissue layer called as tunica albuginea. It divides into two parts. Internally, ovary get divided into two parts, that is outer cortex and inner medulla. See here, the part outside to this lining is called as cortex, and parts which lie in the lumen of this lining is called as medulla. So central part of this ovary is called as medulla, and peripheral part of this ovary is called as cortex. So internally the ovary get divides into two parts, that is outer cortex and inner medulla. The cortical region shows presence of different stages of ovarian follicles. Here primordial follicle, primary follicle, secondary follicle, Graafian follicle. These are the different stages of ovarian follicles, and they are located in cortical regions only. Therefore this cortical region shows granular and compact structure. Each follicle shows large ovum and many layers of follicular cells. These follicular cells secretes estrogen hormone. During each menstrual cycle, only one primordial follicle converts into Graafian follicle. Out of these many primordial follicle, only one primordial follicle converts into Graafian follicle during each menstrual cycle from right or left ovary. The primary follicle grows further and forms zona pellucida between primary oocyte and granulosa cells. The innermost layer of granulosa cells get firmly attached to the zona pellucida so as to form corona radiata. The outermost granulosa layer rests on basement membrane and encircled by theca folliculi. Theca folliculi differentiate into two layers, that is theca externa and theca interna. The granulosa cells secrete fluid which fills the cavity called as antrum, which is present in this mature or Graafian follicle. This mature or Graafian follicle shows presence of large cavity, and this cavity is called as antrum, which is present only in Graafian follicle. So presence of antrum is the characteristic feature of Graafian follicle. What is another name for this Graafian follicle? Graafian follicle is also called as mature follicle. The diploid primary oocyte completes meiosis first and converts into secondary oocyte. Now the follicle is called as secondary follicle. See here, this primordial follicle get converted into primary follicle, then it undergoes meiosis, or it completes the process of meiosis first, and therefore it enters into the meiosis second so as to produce secondary oocyte, which is haploid. So conversion of diploid primary oocyte into secondary haploid oocyte because of the completion of meiosis first. Then conversion of these primary follicles into secondary follicle required 90 days. Secondary oocyte undergoes meiosis second and get arrested at metaphase second. Then this follicle is called as mature follicle or Graafian follicle. Why the name is Graafian follicle? The name of scientist is Graaff. He discovered this follicle, so called as Graafian follicle. This Graafian follicle get ruptured and releases a ovum from a single ovary during ovulation. See here in this diagram, this Graafian follicle get ruptured and this secondary oocyte or ovum released from this Graafian follicle, and remaining part remains inside the ovary. Only secondary oocyte or ovum get releases out from this Graafian follicle as well as ovary, and remaining part is converted into corpus luteum. It is yellow colored body. This corpus luteum is yellow colored body. It acts as a temporary endocrine gland and which secretes progesterone hormone, which is responsible for maintenance of pregnancy. If ovum is not fertilized, then corpus luteum get degenerated into corpus albicans. This corpus luteum degenerates into corpus albicans when fertilization does not occur. If fertilization occurs, then corpus luteum remains as it is and produces large amount of progesterone hormone, which is responsible for maintenance of pregnancy. In this way, we have completed the histological structure of ovary. See here again, entirely this ovary get divides into two parts, that is outer region, peripheral portion is called as cortex and middle portion is called as medulla, and cortical region shows presence of many ovarian follicles. Therefore it looks like very compact and granular in nature. These are the various ovarian follicles in their developing stage. First, the primordial follicle divides or starts growing so as to produce primary oocyte. Primary oocyte converts into secondary oocyte, and then secondary oocyte get converted into Graafian follicle. This Graafian follicle is called as fully formed follicle or mature follicle. it undergoes ovulation. What is ovulation? Rupturing of Graafian follicle is called as ovulation. Ovulation occurs during 14th day of the menstrual cycle, and at that time the secondary oocyte get releases and only remaining parts inside the ovary is called as ruptured follicle. If fertilization occurs, then this ruptured follicle converts into the corpus luteum, yellow colored body. It grows in size so as to produce large amount of progesterone hormone. But when fertilization does not occur, then this corpus luteum get degenerated into corpus albicans, and this corpus albicans again degenerated so as to reused during next menstrual cycle. Now we get into the structure of Graafian follicle. This Graafian follicle is also called as mature ovarian follicle. It shows eccentric secondary oocyte surrounded by non-cellular layer of zona pellucida. See here, this secondary oocyte which is surrounded by non-cellular layer called as zona pellucida, which is secreted by vitelline membrane of the secondary oocyte. So cell membrane of oocyte is called as vitelline membrane, and this vitelline membrane secretes a cellular layer called as zona pellucida. The outermost protective covering of this Graafian follicle is called as theca externa. See here, the green colored protective covering of this Graafian follicle is called as theca externa. Inner to it is called as theca interna. It is a cellular layer and which produces hormone, that is estrogen. So estrogen hormone is secreted by this theca interna layer. Inside the theca interna, follicular cells are present to form a layer called as membranous granulosa, or it is also called as stratum granulosum. So these three layers are present from outside to inside, that is theca externa, theca interna and membrana granulosa. This membrana granulosa cell get differentiated into discus proligerus and corona radiata cells. The oocyte and surrounding granulosa cells togetherly called as cumulus oophorus. See this label, cumulus oophorus is nothing but the centrally located secondary oocyte and surrounded by a granulosa cells. These two togetherly called as cumulus oophorus. In between membrana granulosa and oocyte, a fluid-filled cavity is present, and this cavity is called as antrum. See, this large cavity is called as antrum, which is filled with the fluid called as liquor folliculi, and this fluid is secreted by follicular cells. So, presence of antrum is the characteristic feature of Graafian follicle. This antrum is present in between membranous granulosa cells and secondary oocyte, and it fills with the fluid called as liquor folliculi. In this way, today we have completed the entire structure of ovary, histology of ovary, development of ovary, as well as structure of Graafian follicles. Thank you.